I'm now logged in as the new user, as you can see up here at the top. It also is a good idea to verify you're in the correct region. If you happen to be in the wrong region and you create or are looking for a repository that you created in a different region, you won't find it. So let's create a repository. So go to All Services. Under Development Tools, click on Code Commit. And if you don't have any repositories set up yet, or you haven't done this, you'll see this screen, Get Started. Just click on the Get Started button. And this is where we will create our repository. Go ahead and give your repository a meaningful name, not like I am. And a meaningful description would be good. After you've done that, click on the Create Repository button. Now I'm setting mine up for SSH. By default, this HTTPS is selected, and if you're using that, this URL down here will be useful. If you're using SSH, it'll be a little bit different. But same thing, the URL will be right down there. Now this is important, we'll want that, so I'm going to copy that. And if you need to get it later, it's still here. Alright, we have a repository. It's empty, but we have a repository created. Now let's set up a public-private key to access the repository with. And we'll use SourceTree to do this. So go ahead and launch SourceTree. SourceTree has a utility, a tool we can use to set this up. Underneath Tools, Create or Import SSH keys. Here we are. Make sure the SSH-2 RSA is selected and change the 1024 to 2048. Once you've done that, all you need to do is click on the Generate button and then give it a little bit of randomness by moving the mouse over the blank area. And as soon as it's finished, we'll select all and we'll copy. And I'm going to paste this into a document and save it, so just to be safe. And then I'm going to go back to the generator and I'm going to click on the Save Private key. And it's important that you know where this file is located, and you'll want to make sure you keep it safe. So let's do this. Now we have a private key set. We're done with this. And we can close that if you like. Now we have that public key. We can go over to our user account, which is under IAM. Users. There's our new user. Select that. And there's a security credential tab. Click on that and then scroll down till you find the Upload SSH public key. That's what we just generated. So click on that, just paste it in and upload. Once the SSH public key has been successfully uploaded, you'll need to get the key ID right here. Copy that. Save that. And we'll need to update this login URL to include that key ID. That's going to go right here, followed by an @ symbol. There we go. There's our login right there. Save that. And you'll need to send that to your new user. Now we should have everything we need to configure SourceTree and clone the repository. So let's do that next. Should be able to log out here. Launch SourceTree. Go to Options under the Tools menu. Full name, you'll want to give your name or whichever name you're using with your work group. Put in an email address that you're using, so it makes it easy for them to contact you if there are any problems. And then under the SSH key, you will need to remember where you stored the private key. Hopefully you put it someplace safe. Go find that and set it. And finally, select a project folder where the repository will be cloned. I've already set that up. It's going to be right here under temporary. And click on OK. And we're getting pretty close. Now all we need to do is clone the repository. Of course, there's nothing in the repository, but this will set it up. From the tools, click on the Launch SSH agent. It will appear that nothing happened, but you'll want to do that anyway. Then click on Clone New. And this is where we'll want to put in that URL that we created right here. So copy that, paste it in there, and if you have any problems with that connection, you may need to make use of the Pageant authentication agent. Just go ahead and link to your private key again and just retry. Hopefully you will have success. Looks like I successfully connected. Now just click on the clone button and the repository has been cloned. I'm very happy to see the client connected and the repository appears to be cloned. This is great, but we still need to test it to be certain. I'm cautiously optimistic. Okay, maybe not so cautiously, but that's okay because in the next video we'll give it a proper test.